you guys for some ideas about what to make videos on, and one of you suggested I make a video about the Grand Conjunction. So today we're here in the desert in the empty quarter, away from light pollution, and we're gonna try our best to bring you some footage of this unique once in 800 year event. Okay, so before I get into the footage that I managed to capture of the Grand Conjunction, I think it's good to get some sort of understanding of what's going on. So I totally didn't just spend an hour making a 5th grade level drawing of the solar system. So basically what we need to understand is that each celestial body in our solar system takes a different amount of time to orbit the sun once. So here on Earth, it takes us 1 year to go around the sun once. But Jupiter is a bit further out in an outer lane, so it takes it around 12 Earth years to go around the sun once. And Saturn, further out still, it takes Saturn about 30 years to go around the sun once too. So imagine that you are here on Earth and watching your friend Saturn way out there in the outer lane, taking its time, going a bit slowly. And then here we have Jupiter coming in an outside lane, slower than Earth, but faster than Saturn, about to overtake Saturn. And so when you're gonna see the footage, you're gonna see them quite close to each other. I went out into the desert with my friends in an attempt to try and get some footage, and here's what we got. We waited for the sun to set, and we knew the window wouldn't be too big, only around 2.5 hours between sundown and the planets actually setting over the horizon as the Earth rotates. Nevertheless, I set up a tripod and I started zooming. Now, to give you an idea of just how zoomed this was, I've done the same amount of zoom here on a sailboat. At first, you have just a full frame camera and I was at 100 millimeters. Then we zoom in all the way to 400 millimeters. So a lot more zoomed, but still not nearly as zoomed as we're gonna go. So then from 400, I switched to a crop sensor camera. We're now at roughly 640 millimeters. I then added a teleconverter times 1.4. So we're now at 896 millimeters, which is pretty zoomed in, but still not as far as we wanna go. And then so this is my brother's camera, the 80D, there's a cool little function that lets you record full resolution video, but from a smaller part of the sensor. It's called the video zoom function. A few cameras have this too. It's not exclusive to this one. And so it starts at 3 times all the way to 10 times zoom, which is almost 9,000 millimeters. That's 8,960 millimeters. So that's a ridiculous amount of zoom. So much so that just breathing on the camera was enough to induce some pretty crazy shakes because you're looking at such a small area that the tiniest movement can really shake your image. Some of these clips here that you see are all the way at almost 9,000 millimeters. Other ones are closer to 3,000. The challenge when you're this zoomed in as well, other than just the shakes, is that because you're looking at such a small portion of the sky, it doesn't take very long for the rotation of the Earth to become very apparent, and the object that you're looking at just moves out of your frame pretty quickly. And so I had to keep moving, keep finding the planets, placing them in the top left corner of my frame, starting the video, waiting for them to cross across the frame, and then continuing. It would have been possible to track this. I didn't have my tracker with me at the time, so bear with me as I show you these clips of Jupiter on the left and Saturn on the right. If you had just been observing just with your eyes that night, you could have maybe seen one large dot, a bright dot in the sky, like a big star. Some people call it the Christmas star. So you could have seen that in the sky. Would have been pretty cool, but you know, you would have maybe gone out there expecting to see Jupiter and Saturn, and then you just see this like bright little dot. If you had brought some binoculars, that could have helped you a bit. So here's what it looked like at 200 millimeters. Alright, this video was a bunch of random clips to make, and I'm a bit late on it too. I know the Grand Conjunction was on December 21st, but for those of you that missed it, I hope that this still provided a cool clip of what you could have expected to see when you were out there. Please keep suggesting ideas in the comments below. I really do appreciate it, and I do want to keep making videos that you suggest. It's really fun for me and I enjoy it a lot. And I'll be announcing the winner of the giveaway next week for that ridiculous thing I did last week. It's a terrible present. I can't believe some of you shared the video, but I am so thankful. Thanks for watching, stay tuned, and see you soon.